indicating misread was, it said, good, no ass bitch.
Yes.
With respect to when he was questioned about the text messages overall, content of his text messages overall, did he stand by his testimony that he was showing strong moral principles? Did Mr. Proctor testify, quote, absolutely not, unquote, the texts were, quote, juvenile and regrettable?
Yes.
With respect to his original statement calling Miss Reed a cunt, did he state that that was, quote, in poor taste and, quote, inappropriate and juvenile, unquote?
He did.
And finally, with respect to the calling Miss Reed a retard, did he also describe that as, quote, another disgusting comment, unquote?
Yes.
And those were statements and characterizations he made about his own comments under oath. Is that correct?
Yes.
I have only one more clip to play, Commissioner McConaughey. Could I have clip 10? There are no skips.
Is that a long one?
It is not. It is about 1 minute.
Well, let's talk about your figures of speech. During the course of your investigation, your figures of speech include the following. She's a bitch.
Objection.
Is that right?
Yes.
A whack job, correct?
Yes.
A retard, right?
Yes.
Her balloon knot leaks, right?
Yes.
No ass, correct?
Yes.
She's fucked, according to you, right?
Yes.
Ass leaker. That was the word you used, a figure of speech, right?
Correct.
A girl who shits herself, right?
Correct.
And then fuck her, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree, Trooper Proctor, that you have dehumanized Karen Reed during the course of your investigation with comments and words like this?
Objection.
I'll give you this one, Mr. Jackson.
Would you agree with that?
I would say based off that language, yes.
The respondent has no further questions for this witness.
I'm going to pause the recording and I will meet with counsel briefly. we're back on the record. The time is now 2:20 p.m. and thank you. So basically, since the state police is finished with his direct examination, we will have the appellant begin his cross. We'll do a recess till 2:45 and then we'll come back and resume. And we're going to stop at 4:30,
Okay.
as you understand. Thank you. Ashley, I have to say that all again, I gotta put it on the record.
Oh,
So just to repeat, you've already typed it, that we spoke with the attorneys and that Mr. Carley has finished his direct of Lieutenant Detective Dwyer, and the appellant will begin its cross at 2:45. Thank you very much. I didn't put this down. I had a case in is 2:45 p.m. And Mr. Carley, you have concluded your direct Lieutenant Detective Dwyer.
I have.
Thank you very much, Mr. Carley. Mr. Moynihan, you may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. Good afternoon, DLT Dwyer.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sir, how long have you been with the state police?
Almost 21 years.
And currently you're in internal affairs, otherwise known as OPIA, correct? And can you explain what your function is in OPIA?
I'm an IA investigator.
Okay, what does that mean?
For internal affairs investigations, any potential violations of policy, rules, and regulations.
So you investigate other members of the department for potential violations?
Yes,
Okay. And you've been there for 4 years in that department?
yes.
Okay. How many investigations would you say you've done in the 4 years?
A couple dozen, maybe.
25, 30?
Maybe that many.
Okay. And this investigation was assigned to you on March 4th, correct?
Correct.
All right. And that was assigned to you by Lieutenant Colonel Brian Connors?
Lieutenant Colonel Connors had requested the invest.
Mhm.
I was assigned by Colonel Shoemaker.
Okay. And could you turn to, we have our exhibits in front of you now, appellant's exhibits. Could you turn to Exhibit 1, please? I'm sorry, we're looking at I'm sorry, I'm responding to Exhibit 1, I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Respondent's Exhibit 1 was dated March 4th of 24, correct?
Yes,
And it's from Lieutenant Colonel Brian P. Connors, correct?
correct.
And he was the commanding officer of the Division of Investigative Services, correct?
Correct.
Right. And that memo was sent to Lieutenant Colonel Dan Richard,
Yes.
and what was his role?
So
at
I
the time?
misspoke. Colonel Richard is one that assigned me the investigation.
Okay. But it was instituted by Lieutenant Connors, correct?
Correct.
All right. Now, I'm sorry, we're going to switch gears here because I'm going to be talking to you about exhibits from both parties, but could we go to appellant's exhibit number 57?
Did you say 57?
57.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have that in front of you?
Yes, sir.
What is that in front of you, sir?
It's the Rules and Regulations, Article 4.
Of the Department of State Police, correct?
Yes, sir.
And there are many rules and regulations of the Department of State Police, correct?
Yes, there are.
And there are many policies and procedures of the State Police, correct?
Yes, there are.
And you have in front of you Article 4,
I do.
and it's dated, and these change from time to time, correct?
They do.
And the date of this is September 27 of 23?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And Article 4.0 is entitled what?
Title and rank payroll promotions.
And so, in effect, this rule and regulation, Article 4, sets out the ranks of every member of the state police, correct?
It does.
Beginning with the top order of rank, correct?
It does.
And 4.1 reads, the order of titles and ranks in the Massachusetts State Police shall be as follows, colon. First bullet is colonel/superintendent, correct?
Correct.
As of February of 24, who was the colonel/superintendent?
February of 24, Colonel Jack Mon.
Okay. And the next bullet down, and I assume this is second in command, is lieutenant colonel/deputy superintendent, correct?
Correct.
And who was that as of February of 24?
Lieutenant Colonel John Pinkham.
Okay. And then the next item down is third bullet down is lieutenant colonel, correct?
Correct.
And is there more than one lieutenant colonel in the state police?
There are.
How many are
I believe there are 5.
All right. And so the order of rank, we have 1 colonel, correct? We have, you just, I think you have to answer for the record.
Yes, yes,
1 colonel,
correct,
1 deputy, correct?
Correct.
Second in command.
correct.
And then we have, did you say 5
I
lieutenant
believe there are
colonels?
5, yes.
All right. And the lieutenant colonel of, strike that, Lieutenant Colonel Connors was the commander of what division?
Division of Investigative Services.
Okay, so is it that each division has a lieutenant colonel in charge?
Yes,
Okay. And then below that, we have major, correct?
yes,
And then on down the line, detective captain, captain, detective lieutenant, on down, correct?
yes.
And you're a detective lieutenant, correct?
I am, sir.
All right. And so this Article 4 sets out the rank of all the senior officers of the department.
For all the ranks, yes.
Okay. Now, Lieutenant Connors was in the Division of Investigative Services, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so, and again, this is going to be a little cumbersome with the 2 books in front of you, but could you turn to Appellant's Exhibit 1? And could I ask, Madam Commissioner, if we could display Exhibit 1?
You wanna play that
Appellant's Exhibit 1,
Appellants.
yes.
Split one, the video.
Exhibit, no, it's not a video, it's just an exhibit.
I'm sorry, say this again?
Just Exhibit 1. I thought you had them all,
Can you approach?
yes.
Both of you?
And we can do it if we can.
On the record? I can't hear you if you want this on.
We're off, okay.
All right, so we don't have the capability to display it, but.
Sir.
I'm sorry.
We're back on the record. The time is now 2:53 p.m. Mr. Bartender, you may continue.
Thank you. So apparently it can't be displayed DLT, but could you go to Exhibit 1, please? It's Collins Exhibit 1.
I'm there.
And so this is entitled what?
The Massachusetts State Police Division of Investigative Services.
All right, and is this a chart of all divisions of the state police?
It appears to be, yes.
Okay, and on the second page after the emblem, the first page is entitled Massachusetts State Police Division of Investigative Services, correct?
Correct.
And the first name at the top of that chart is who?
Lieutenant Colonel Brian P. Connors.
Okay. And then below him, there are 4 names. They're not Major Leonard Copenrath, Detective Captain Gerald Collins, Major Michael Farley, and Detective Captain Eric Benson, correct?
Correct.
And what are their roles within the Division of Investigative Services?
So each major and detective duo, if you will, they each oversee a certain set of units.
Okay. And on the left side of the chart, there are numerous units and divisions listed, correct?
Yes, sir.
And on the left side of the chart, the Norfolk SBDU is one of the units or divisions listed, correct?
Yes, sir.
What is the Norfolk SBDU?
The Norfolk State Police Detective Unit.
Okay. Norfolk County DA's
Correct.
Office Detective Unit, all right. And so, just following along on the chart then, if you look back up, Detective Captain Gerald Collins would be the detective captain for the Norfolk SPDU,
Yes, sir.
and Major Leonard Coppenrath would be the major in charge of the Norfolk County SPDU, correct?
Correct.
And then above them, they would answer to Lieutenant Colonel Brian Connors, correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, have you, prior to investigating Michael Proctor, did you ever investigate anyone for comments, personal comments on their personal cell phone?
I have not.
And could we go to your report, Exhibit 18? That would be Respondent's Exhibit 18.
Yes, sir.
Be there? All right. What's the date of your report, sir?
July 29th, 2024.
And so, in the first paragraph, you indicate that the investigation was initiated by Lieutenant Connors, correct?
Correct.
And it was based on information received from the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office regarding Trooper Michael D. Proctor's participation in an ongoing criminal investigation, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that investigation was Comwell versus Reed, correct?
Yes.
That is not to suggest that there was a criminal investigation into Michael Proctor, correct?
Correct.
Right. It was the investigation of the Karen Reed case, correct? Right. And you go on to say that in paragraph 2, the Norfolk County DA had advised the department that they had been notified by the U.S. Attorney's Office that there was a federal investigation that involved Trooper Proctor, correct?
Yes.
Again, not of Trooper Proctor, just he was involved in it.
Correct.
And as part of that investigation, the contents of Trooper Proctor's personal cell phone were obtained, correct?
Yes.
And so, on March 4th, you were assigned this investigation, correct?
I was.
And are you now aware that the basis of this federal investigation was a claim by the defense of a conspiracy and planting evidence?
I am now, but I was not at the time.
At the time, right. And you're aware also, sir, are you not, that the federal investigation was terminated in February of 2024?
So I heard that it was ended, but I don't know the facts about that.
You're now aware of that, though?
Yes.
And Michael Proctor never received a target letter for that investigation, correct?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And Michael Proctor was never charged with any crime as a result of that, was he?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And he's never been charged with any crime under any circumstances, has he?
No.
And no one in the state police received a target letter from the U.S. Attorney's Office, correct?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And are you now aware that the reason that this entire case came to light was because Michael Proctor was subpoenaed to testify at the grand jury on February 1st of 24?
Again, at the time I was not aware, but I am now.
You are now,
Yes.
that's right. And he was subpoenaed as a witness, correct?
I don't know what his role was at the time.
Are you aware now that he was
Now I am,
subpoenaed
yes.
only as a witness?
Yes, sir.
Not as a subject, not as a target, correct?
Correct.
All right. And are you now aware, and you became aware at some point in the past, I presume, that Michael Proctor learned for the first time on February 1st that the U.S. Attorney had somehow surreptitiously obtained his text messages from his personal cell phone, correct?
Yes.
And then he learned for the first time that they had those text messages on his personal cell phone, correct?
Correct.
And are you now aware that do you have any idea of the basis for them obtaining those messages?
I wouldn't speculate on that, sir.
Now, March 4th was the day you were assigned the case, correct?
Correct.
And on March 4th, there was a meeting at General Headquarters, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you attended that meeting, did you not?
I did.
And who else was at that meeting?
It was myself, Colonel Mon, Lieutenant Colonel Pinkham, Lieutenant Colonel Richard, Lieutenant Colonel Connors, Attorney Staples, Detective Lieutenant Goslin, and I believe that was it.
Okay. So you had, I just want to go through that again. Colonel Mon was at the meeting, correct, on March 4th?
Yes,
And this was held at the headquarters in Framingham?
it was.
And was it up in the legal department, or where was it held?
It was in Colonel Mon's office.
Colonel Mon's office. Okay, so Colonel Mon was present.
Yes,
Jennifer Staples was present.
yes,
She chief legal counsel.
she is.
Siobhan Kelly was present.
I can't recall. I think she may have come later on. I can't recall.
She's
for
deputy
sure.
counsel.
She is, yes.
And Detective Lieutenant Goslin was present.
Yes.
What is his role? What was his role at the time?
So at the time, myself and Detective Goslin were some of this meeting. We were working the case together.
Okay. And was Colonel Daniel Richard there?
Yes,
And Lieutenant Colonel Connors was there, correct?
yes.
And Captain Benson was there, correct?
He may have been there, yes.
And so you had one colonel present.
Yes.
You had two lieutenant colonels present, correct?
Three.
Lieutenant Colonel Richard and Lieutenant Colonel Connors.
In Colonel Pinkham.
So you had a colonel, a deputy, two lieutenant colonels, correct?
Yes,
And you had one captain, Benson.
yes,
You had two detective lieutenants, yourself and DLT Goslin,
correct,
and two attorneys,
correct.
all present at a meeting with the Norfolk County, representatives of the Norfolk County DA's office, correct?
I don't think there were any reps from the DA's office there.
Okay, not at that time.
No.
All right. And so the topic of discussion was what?
The fact that the DA's office had disclosed to the department the existence of these text messages.
So, I'm sorry, say that again?
That the DA's office had disclosed to the department of the existence of these text messages.
Okay. And was it necessary for you to sign a non-disclosure agreement on March 4th?
It was.
Okay. And so, in your report, you say only that derogatory and defamatory messages were discussed, correct?
Correct.
And you say that only an oral summary of the text messages was discussed, correct?
Correct. I don't believe that the content of the text messages was discussed, as far as I know. Only the fact that these text messages had been found, but not the actual content of them.
So this meeting took place after the DA's office had disclosed the text messages to the department, correct?
Correct.
And that had happened in late February, in early February?
I'm not sure when the DA's office told the department.
So, who was the speaker in the room on February 8th? I'm sorry, on March 4th.
There wasn't one speaker, sir.
Okay, but who was the one holding the meeting?
Well, Colonel Mon was a ranking member, so it was his meeting, but there was not one speaker in the meeting.
Okay, and everyone in the meeting had to sign non-disclosure agreements, correct?
Correct.
And so, all those people in the room, and you're telling us that no one asked about the specifics of the text messages?
I don't know what conversations they had prior to I got there, or what questions that they had for the DA's office.
And so the purpose of signing a non-disclosure agreement would be so that people couldn't disclose the content of those text messages, right?
The purpose of the NDA was so we could not disclose the fact that we knew that these text messages had existed.
So your testimony is that an NDA, as we're calling it, was required just so you couldn't tell others that there were derogatory and defamatory messages.
Correct.
That's as far as you know.
Correct.
It's fair to say that others in the room may have known a lot more than you.
I wouldn't know that, sir.
Okay, but it's a possibility.
It's a possibility, sure.
But in any event, non-disclosure agreements were signed that day,
They were.
or previous to that day,
No,
by others.
I would assume. I know that I signed the NDA that day.
And as far as you're concerned, you signed the NDA only because you knew there were derogatory and defamatory messages.
Correct.
And do you know if that NDA, as we're calling it, was ever produced to Michael Proctor or myself?
I do not know.
But you signed one.
I did.
And everyone at the meeting signed one, to the best of your knowledge.
As far as I know, yes.
Now, could you look at our Exhibit 4? I'm sorry, hold on one second, if you would, DLT. Yeah, exhibit 4.
For the appellant's exhibit 4?
Yes, about Thomas, yes. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm here, sir.
Okay. So that exhibit 4 is an email, correct?
It is.
And it's from Siobhan Kelly, correct?
The top line from the from to looks like it's from Jennifer Staples.
I'm sorry, we'll go to the top, yes. The top two from, I'm sorry, the top email is from Jennifer Staples, correct?
Yes,
And she's chief legal counsel for the department.
she is.
And this email is sent to Brian Connors,
Correct.
and we've already established Brian Connors was the lieutenant colonel, right, third in command.
Yes, sir.
And it's dated March 6th at 1:14 p.m., correct?
It is.
And it says a big capital FYI, correct?
It does.
That's the only content of the email, correct?
Yes, sir.
And below that, there's a second email, right?
There is.
And it appears as though that email below was forwarded to Lieutenant Colonel Connors on March 6th.
Yes, sir.
And who is that email from on the bottom?
Siobhan Kelly.
And who is Siobhan Kelly
She's the deputy counsel
for the department?
for the department.
And the date of that email is when?
March 4th, 2024.
All right, at 3:41 p.m.
Yes.
And who is Attorney Kelly sending this email to?
To Colonel Mon and Colonel Pinkham, and she CC'd Attorney Staples.
Okay. And what's the subject?
The subject is proposed statement.
Okay. Do you know what that means?
I can surmise what it means, yes.
What do you surmise it means?
That they were drafting a statement for release, I would imagine.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir, the drafting statement.
They were for release.
Okay.
But I don't know that to be true.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, and it reads Colonel and Deputy, correct?
Yes, sir.
Jen and I drafted the below statement on the Reed matter. Please let me know your thoughts, correct?
Yes.
And then the statement reads, on March 1st, 2024, the Department of State Police was provided by the Norfolk County DA's District Attorney's Office a substantive summary of the United States Attorney's Office's disclosures in the matter of Commonwealth versus Reed. Did I read that correctly?
You did, sir.
And that's March 1st, correct?
Correct.
To date, the department has not been provided with any information from the United States Attorney's Office regarding the findings of their investigation. Did I read that correct?
You did.
So she is telling the colonel and the deputy, Colonel Mon, Deputy Pinkham, that the DA's office provided a substantive summary of the disclosures from the United States Attorney's Office, correct?
Yes, sir.
And based on that, as it reads down on the bottom, the department initiated an internal affairs investigation into Trooper Michael Proctor, a member of the Norfolk County State Police Detectives Unit, correct?
Yes.
And then it says, in consultation with the Norfolk County DA's office, Trooper Proctor was transferred out of the detectives unit pending the outcome of this internal investigation. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
Do you know if that ever happened?
I don't believe it did.
Now, are you now aware that the department actually learned of the text messages before March 1st of '24?
What's the objection, Mr. Cole?
Sue's facts contract.
I'll have a question. You may answer.
So again, sir, I am not sure when the department became aware, other than what that email said.
Okay. Could you turn to Appellant's Exhibit 5, please?
I'm there, sir.
All right, and I think because it's an email chain, we'll go to the last page first. And actually, the last page is from someone, if you could, let's go to the last page.
The base number of that?
I'm sorry, it's APP 0052. May I proceed, Madam Commissioner?
Yes, please, please, go ahead,
Are you ready?
I am.
Chief Guilty. So the email, the email at the top is dated January 19th of 24, correct?
Yes,
And it's from Siobhan Kelly, Deputy Legal Counsel again, correct?
yes, sir.
And it's to somebody named Gretchen Lundgren and also to Jennifer Staples, correct?
Yes, sir.
And copied on it is an attorney, Michael DiStefano, correct?
Yes.
And this is, it reads, "Hi Gretchen and Mike, do Trooper Proctor and Sergeant Buchanan have a date yet for the grand jury? Thank you." Did I read that correctly?
You did.
And so it's fair to say that the department was aware that there was a federal investigation and that Buchanan and Mike Proctor were subpoenaed to be witnesses there, correct?
It would appear that way, yes.
And now jumping ahead to the previous page, APP 0051, if you could look at the bottom, email from Jennifer Staples. Do you see that?
I do, yes.
And so that's from Jennifer Staples dated Friday, February 2nd, 2024 at 12:25 p.m., Friday afternoon, correct?
Correct.
To Gretchen Lundgren, copied to Michael DiStefano. "Hi Gretchen, happy Friday. Are you and Mike available today or Monday for a quick call regarding Trooper Proctor? Let me know, thanks." Did I read that correctly?
You did.
And then moving above, there is an email from Gretchen Lundgren back to Jennifer Staples confirming that they could meet on that Friday, correct?
Yes.
And then going forward to APP 0050, there is an email from Michael DiStefano. Do you see that?
I do.
On Friday, February 2nd at 4:17:35 p.m. Do you see that?
Yes.
To Jen Staples. "Hi Jen, thanks for the call today. Do you have some availability to speak with me on Monday, February 5th? Thanks, Mike." And
Yes.
then if you go to the top, there's an email from Jen Staples to Mike DiStefano. "Absolutely, I just have a 2 o'clock. What works for you?" Do you see that?
I do.
And going to the previous page, APP 0049, from DiStefano to Staples again, February 2nd at 4:20 p.m. regarding call. And then we have to turn back to APP 0050. "How about 11 a.m.? Thanks and have a great weekend."
Yes,
See
sir.
that? And then moving above that, there's an email from Jennifer Staples to Michael DiStefano on February 5th at 2:21 p.m., correct?
Yes, sir.
"Hi Mike, I have briefed the colonel and deputy about our call. Do you have time later this afternoon or tomorrow morning for another quick call? Let me know, thanks." Jennifer Staples, correct?
Correct.
Are you now aware that Michael Proctor and his attorney self-reported the discovery of these text messages on his personal phone to Attorney Staples on February 2nd of 2024?
I'm aware as we sit here today, yes, but not at the time.
Attorney Moynihan, in looking at the exhibits, on page, base number, page 50, you look at the bottom, Gretchen Lundgren's email is redacted. What was her role in this meeting?
I'm sorry, Gretchen Lundgren?
Yes, what was her role?
She was Sergeant Buchanan's attorney.
All right, thank you. Just want to get that on record. Thank you. Please go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you. Now, DLT, are you aware of the fact that there was a meeting held on February 8th at the department, at headquarters?
Only as we sit here today, yes.
You know.
Yes.
And present at that meeting were Trooper Michael Proctor, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Attorney DiStefano, Siobhan Kelly,
Yes,
Sorry,
I,
I didn't get an answer to that question.
so I'm,
DiStefano, sorry.
sorry.
Pending question was Attorney DiStefano
I'm
and
sorry.
who was at that meeting.
So I am not aware of who was at that meeting.
Are you aware now, did you learn it sometime in the past, that Trooper Proctor reported to DLT Tully the content of these text messages?
Yes,
And he did that on February 1st and on February 2nd, correct?
I'm not sure of the date, but I do know that he did.
And are you now aware that, and who is DLT Tully, by the way, in the scheme of this?
DLT Tully was the unit commander for SPD Norfolk.
He was Mike Proctor's boss?
Correct.
One of his bosses, correct?
Correct.
And so, in terms of bosses for Mike Proctor, at the time we had DLT Tully, correct?
Yes.
And what was John Fanning's title?
He was the lieutenant.
Okay. And who was above John Fanning?
DLT Tully.
Okay, and then who was above Tully?
I believe that would have been Detective Captain Collins.
Okay. And those were all superior officers to Trooper Proctor, correct?
Yes, sir.
That he would have to answer to.
Yes, sir.
And they would have all been part of the Karen Reed investigation, correct?
I would assume they were, yes.
And are you aware now that DLT Tully, after Michael Proctor reported these text messages to Tully as early as February 1st, that Tully then reported these text messages to Major Leonard Carpenter?
I'm aware.
What's the objection? Yes, please. Mr. Colley objected, and we discussed the parameters for Mr. Moynihan to wrap these questions. So
Fine.
thank you, Mr. Moynihan.
And so you did tell us that you're aware that Michael spoke to Tully, correct?
Correct.
And Leonard Coppenrath was the major of the unit, correct?
Correct.
And he would have been Tully's boss.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to ask you to repeat that question.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to ask you to repeat the question to be recorded.
You know, you're aware that Major Coppenrath is Tully's boss.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And this meeting on February 8th, you were not present at that, correct?
I was not.
So you don't know who was there.
I don't.
Did you ever speak to Major Coppenrath between February 8th and March 4th about this matter?
I did not.
And just to go up the chain again, Major Coppenrath's boss would be Lieutenant Colonel Connors, correct?
Correct.
Were you aware that Colonel Mon was briefed by the DA's office in late February of the text messages?
I don't know when he was, but I'm aware that he was briefed, yes.
And you were aware that he was given specific details?
I am not aware of that.
And so March 4th of 24 comes, correct? And there's a meeting with all the people we discussed.
Yes, sir.
And the investigation begins on March 4th of Michael Proctor, correct?
Correct.
And could you go to Respondent's Exhibit 25? That would be the Department's Exhibit 25.
Yes, sir.
And so we've seen already that a notice of the investigation was delivered to Michael Proctor, correct?
Yes.
So as of March 4th, he's on investigation.
Correct.
And you're familiar with Respondent's Exhibit 25, which is Article 6 of the Rules and Regulations of the Department?
Yes, sir.
And for the Commission, it's R0658. And what is Article 6?
So it's a regulations that establish the disciplinary procedures and temporary relief from duty.
All right. And so it covers temporary relief from duty, correct?
Yes.
It covers duty status hearings, correct?
Yes.
And then it covers other disciplinary matters such as charges and disposition, correct?
Yes, sir.
And letters of counseling, correct?
Yes.
And also hearings on charges, the department prosecutor, and trial boards, correct?
Yes.
So there's a lot in here, is there not?
There is.
6.8, deputy superintendent's action. 6.9, judgments and discipline, correct?
Yes, sir.
And on page R0665, this is promulgated by John Moore, Colonel Superintendent, correct, in September 27, 23, was revised.
Yes, sir.
Is it fair to say another version pretty similar to this existed before September 23?
I would assume so, yes.
And so, if you could look at Article 6, it empowers the colonel in 6.1 to relieve a trooper from duty, correct?
Yes, sir.
And Michael Proctor was not relieved of duty on March 4th of '24, was he?
He was not.
So that was the colonel's decision.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And could you look at 6.2 on R0659?
There.
Let me know when you're there. Okay.
There.
So 6.2 reads duty status hearing, correct?
It does.
And it tells us 6.2.1, a division commander, with the approval of the colonel superintendent, may convene a duty status hearing relative to the member's duty status if, item 1, the member is the subject of a criminal investigation, is arrested or indicted, or if a criminal complaint or warrant is issued against the member, or 2, the member is the subject of an internal investigation. And I'll stop there.
That is correct.
And so a duty status hearing can be convened to change a trooper's status upon the opening of an internal investigation, correct?
Correct.
And the colonel has that discretion.
He does.
And so on March 4th, Mike Proctor was notified of this internal investigation about these text messages, correct?
Correct.
He was not relieved of duty,
He was not.
and he was not the subject of a duty status hearing,
He was not.
and he was not suspended without pay.
Correct.
Instead, he remained on full duty, correct?
He did.
Contrary to that email that we saw earlier, he was not transferred out of the DA's office, correct?
He was not.
And so what was Michael Proctor's title as of February through July 1st of '24?
Trooper.
Detective?
Yes, he was assigned to the SPDU, yes.
Okay. And so it's fair to say, is it not, sir, that he remained on full duty, being investigating homicides from February 1st until July 1st?
I don't know what his role was there, but he stayed with the unit.
Okay. And could you go to Appellant's Exhibit 6?
Exhibit 6, you said?
Appellant 6, it's APP 0012.
Okay, sir.
And do you have that in front of you?
I do.
And is this an email?
It is.
And it's from a David Procopio. Who's David Procopio?
He worked in the media section.
Media Relations?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is an email from him to Elaine Driscoll. Who is Elaine Driscoll?
I don't know, sir.
And also to, it says EPS. Do you know what EPS is?
I don't.
And it's also to Siobhan Kelly, who's Deputy Legal Counsel, correct?
Yes.
And it's dated March 13th, 2024 at 5:13 p.m.
It is.
And the subject of it is statement for review, correct?
It is, yes.
And it says, good afternoon, does this sound okay? The MSP has opened an internal investigation into an alleged violation of department policy by Trooper Michael Proctor. Trooper Proctor remains on full duty. Dave Procopio, Director of Media Communications, Mass State Police. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
So Michael Proctor remained on full duty as a detective in the homicide division. The colonel could have suspended him without pay or relieved him of duty, correct?
He could have, yes.
But the state police found it necessary to notify the media that an investigation had been opened.
That's how it appears, yes, sir.
Does that happen very often, that the department notifies the media about an internal investigation?
I wouldn't be.
Sorry.
Objection.
Another question.
I wouldn't be able to speak to that, sir.
Well, you've investigated 25, 30 cases, right? How many of those have been, when the investigation has started, how many of those 25 or 30 have been displayed to the media upon the opening of the investigation?
I wouldn't be able to put a number on it, sir, but it has happened.
Other than this case?
Yes, sir.
Once?
Again, I wouldn't be able to put a number on it. It's not something that I'm involved in, and I don't pay attention to that.
So DLT, could we go to Respondents Exhibit 18, which is your report again?
Yes, sir.
All right. And so, this is Respondents Exhibit 18, looking at page 2, which is APP RO, I think it's 491, 492.
In there.
And so paragraph 4, which you discussed on direct exam, you have that in front of you?
I do.
And this concerned your words, in addition to the information provided concerning text messages sent by Trooper Proctor, there were concerns raised as a result of the federal investigation that Trooper Proctor had personal relationship with witnesses involved in the investigation, correct?
Yes.
An inquiry was conducted by the department to determine if any substantial relationship existed between Trooper Proctor and witnesses related to the investigation, correct?
Correct.
So this investigation was separate from yours.
Yes, it was.
Why did the department choose to have separate investigations, do you know?
I couldn't speak to that, sir.
And so you learned of the, and who conducted this investigation?
So it was an inquiry, I believe, and it was at the time Captain Benson and Captain Barrios.
And those, Captain Benson was in the chain of command for Division of Investigative Services, correct?
He was, yes.
And was Captain Barrios also in that chain of command?
No, he was not.
Okay. And are you aware that Michael Proctor voluntarily went in for an interview with those two gentlemen?
I'm aware that he was interviewed, yes.
And he wasn't ordered to go in?
I don't know how it came to be.
Okay,
sir.
fair enough. Well, in any event, you are aware of the outcome of the investigation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Because you tell us that the inquiry showed that while Trooper Proctor had a relationship with some of the witnesses, those relationships were not substantial in nature, correct?
Correct.
And you go on to tell us that the inquiry found that the relationships were consistent with how Trooper Proctor represented them in the federal investigation, and it was also consistent with how Trooper Proctor portrayed them in his testimony in the criminal trial against Miss Reed, correct?
Correct.
And there was a separate case number assigned, correct?
Yes.
And this separate investigation was requested by the Norfolk County DA's office, was it not?
I don't believe that to be true, sir.
And have you ever seen a completed report on that?
I have not.
And are you aware that that investigation was conducted in March of '24?
Yes, I believe that to be true.
So the nature and the scope of that invest by Benson and Barrios was related to the allegation of inappropriate personal relationships.
Correct.
Okay. And related to any bias he may have.
Correct.
And there was no finding of inappropriate relationships or bias by those two gentlemen, was there?
No, there were not.
So despite this wild allegation of a grand conspiracy, they found there was not, correct?
Objection. Argument.
Mr. Wyman, you can word that differently.
Well, there was a theory presented by the defense in the Reed case that there was a conspiracy, correct?
I don't think I can speak to that, sir. That was information I learned well after the investigation.
But there was no finding of a conspiracy by Benson and Barrios, was there?
No, there was not.
So it's fair to say, is it not, DLT, that any relationship that he had, that Mike Proctor had with any witnesses did not affect the integrity of his investigation?
Nothing would show that.
And the trial for the Karen Reed #1 started April 29th of '24.
I believe that to be true, yes.
And so the Benson Barrios investigation was done 3-4 weeks before the beginning of that trial, correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you attend the trial?
I did not.
You watched it on live stream?
I did.
And so you listened to Michael Proctor's testimony?
I did.
And then you saved the videos for this case?
I did.
That's what we've been watching all morning?
Yes, sir.
And you created a summary of his testimony, correct?
I did.
And that was one of the department's exhibits here today, Exhibit 8, correct?
Yes.
And so you had all of the text messages that we watched on video summarized in a neat fashion in Exhibit 8, correct?
Yes.
And those texts were presented initially by the DA, correct, in the trial?
Yes, sir.
And then they were highlighted, were they not, by Attorney Jackson
They were.
in a very theatrical way?
Your word, sir.
Okay. And Michael Proctor admitted that the texts were unprofessional, correct?
He did.
Immature,
Yes.
juvenile,
Yes.
and offensive.
Yes.
Texts on a personal cell phone.
Correct.
He didn't deny his texts.
He did not.
Have you ever seen the full thread of text messages, the hundreds of thousands of text messages?
I have not, no.
Is it fair to say, GLT, that it was not Michael Proctor's intention for his personal thoughts on his personal phone to be published to the world?
Correct, yes.
And the text to his friends were sent late in the day on January 29th of 22, correct?
Yes.
And fair to say that they were sent after a full day of investigation into the Reed case?
I would assume it was a full day. Again, I wasn't present for the invest.
Are you aware he was assigned at about 6 a.m.?
I don't know when he was assigned the case.
Okay. Fair to say there were numerous law enforcement officers involved in the investigation during that day?
I wasn't there, sir. I can assume that there were, though.
And you've told us in your investigation, in your report even, you said that every text should not be taken in a literal sense. Did you say that?
To a family member, yes.
And you're aware that this Karen Reed case, right from the outset, was extremely high profile, correct?
Yes, it was.
If you could go to Exhibit 10, Appellant's Exhibit 10, please.
I'm there, sir.
And you're aware that Michael Proctor testified on June 10th and June 12th, as you told us earlier, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're aware there was quite a bit of media pressure on this case, correct, and on the department?
Yes, sir.
And you're aware that there was also political pressure?
I wouldn't be able to answer to that, sir.
Can we look at Exhibit 10, please? And so, were you aware that on June 14th, Governor Healy made public comments and opinions about Michael Proctor and about his text messages?
Only after seeing this article at the trial board.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the article. On page APP 0073, it discusses Trooper Proctor's testimony, does it not, on June 14th?
It does.
And Governor Healy said, "It's terrible. I mean, anybody looks at that, it's completely unprofessional." So she's commenting publicly on a criminal trial at the time, correct?
She is.
And she's publicly commenting on Michael Proctor's text messages, correct?
Correct.
And could you look at Appellant's Exhibit 11, please? which is APP 0076.
I'm there, sir.
Now, again, it's an email chain, so if we could go back, I believe, to, I'm sorry, the bottom, it works backwards on an email. The first email is from a Timothy McGurk. You see that?
I do.
Who is Timothy McGurk?
He works in our media relations section.
Did he take the place of David Procopio?
I'm not sure how it worked out, but he's there now.
Okay. And the date of this email is Saturday, June 15th at 4:11 p.m., correct?
Correct.
So this would have been after Michael Proctor's testimony, correct?
Yes.
And this is an email from Mr. McGurk to Colonel Mon, Deputy Pinkham, correct?
Yes.
And copied on the email is Jen Staples, Brian Connors, Siobhan Kelly, Mark Wheeler. Who's Mark Wheeler?
At the time, Mark Wheeler was the chief of staff to Colonel Mon.
Okay. Doug Levine, copied. Who's Doug Levine?
Doug Levine works, I believe, in our legal section.
And then,
In the legal section.
and then also a Sean Quirk. Who's Sean Quirk?
Sean Quirk worked in the media relations section at the time.
I'm sorry.
Media relations.
And so this is copied to all those people, correct?
Correct.
It's on a Saturday afternoon, and the subject is for review and approval, Boston Herald Inquiry, correct?
Yes.
And it reads, good afternoon, Colonel, Lieutenant Colonel, and team. Please, below, please find a proposed response to the Boston Herald on an inquiry media relations received late yesterday. If this group can provide feedback before 8 p.m. this evening, I'd like to send our proposal to EOPS for approval as soon as possible. Thanks for prioritizing this in advance. Tim, did I read that correctly?
You did.
What is EOPS?
EOPS is the state agency or state organization that oversees the state police.
And below that, there are a series of questions from a reporter from apparently the Boston Herald, correct?
Yes.
4 questions.
Yes, sir.
And the proposed response below that from Mr. McGurk is, Joe, thanks for your inquiry. Colonel Mon is aware of the proceedings and the reaction of many. Here is a statement which you can attribute to him. And it reads, while the Massachusetts State Police remains committed to respecting the integrity of the ongoing criminal trial and our own internal affairs investigation, I share the outrage and acknowledge the concerns surrounding the contemptible and disparaging text messages that emerged at the trial. Any form of police misconduct undermines the public trust we earn and depend on to effectively accomplish our mission. Despite the example of honest, hard-working women and men in our ranks, my leaders understand that more must be done to uphold the higher standards of professionalism. / Colonel John Mon, correct?
Correct.
And then below that, here is some background that may be helpful to you in your reporting to answer some of the questions, correct?
Yes.
All right. And so that's a proposed statement, and then at the top of APP 0076, there is an email back from John Mon, correct?
Yes.
John Mon is Colonel Mon, correct?
Yes.
And he sends that back to Timothy McGurk and Deputy Pinkham, correct?
He did.
And copied on that is Jennifer Staples, Brian Connors, Siobhan Kelly, Mark Wheeler, Doug Levine, and Sean Quirk, correct?
Correct.
And the subject is for review and approval, Boston Herald Inquiry. So Colonel Mon makes one change, correct?
So I don't know if that was meant as a change. I can see that he quoted a line in there.
He says, quote, as leaders, we understand that more, correct?
Yes.
All right, so it appears from that it's been sent to Colonel Mon for his review and he's read it, correct?
Yes.
And so after Michael Proctor's testimony, it's fair to say that the governor had publicly commented, right?
She did.
Media outlets were calling the department about this, correct?
Yes.
And then on July 1st, there was a mistrial declared, correct?
Yes.
Mistrial in the trial of Karen Reed.
That's correct.
And could you go to Appellant's Exhibit 18, please, APP 0103.
there, sir.
So, this is an email as well, correct?
It is.
Dated July 2nd, 24,
Yes,
7 a.m. in the morning, right?
correct.
From Timothy McGurk, he's in Media Relations, correct?
He is.
And it's to MSPDL Communications Working Group EPS. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
But Mr. McGurk says, very busy day for media relations. We really appreciate the collaboration with our colleagues in legal, whose guidance helped us secure lots of good coverage last night. TM, correct?
Yes,
And then Colonel Mond's statement on the mistrial in the Commonwealth versus Reed case, it appears to have been provided to about a dozen news outlets, correct? in
it
the email?
does. Yes,
And that's a press release that Colonel Mond made on July 1st, the previous day, correct?
yes,
And so below that, there is a State House News Service email as well that's attached to this, correct?
there is.
And that's, it says Campbell defends state police, mum on Colonel pick by Chris Lazinski, correct?
Yes,
And it reads, the state's top prosecutor does not want to weigh in on whether the next head of the Massachusetts State Police should come from outside the department, racked by a series of scandals. Did I read that correct?
you did.
Attorney General Andrea Campbell criticized the conduct of Trooper Michael Proctor, the lead investigator in the Karen Reed murder case, who sent crude text messages about Reed's appearance and potential guilt. Did I read that correct?
You did.
A.G. Campbell goes on to say the conduct by that state trooper in that case is absolutely unacceptable. The commentary was vile. It was just horrific, to say the least. Campbell said in an interview on WCVB's On the Record that aired Sunday. State police have the obligation, of course, to continue to build trust, to maintain that trust. He clearly has broken that by his conduct before and during his prosecution. At the end of the day, there's a process within the state police to evaluate and to hold him accountable. And he should absolutely be held accountable. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
So is it fair to say that the day after Michael Proctor is relieved of duty, the Attorney General of Massachusetts is publicly commenting on this?
It appears that way, sir.
Now, could you go to Appellant's Exhibit 14?
What was it?
Appellant's Exhibit 14.
14.
I'm sorry, 15 first.
I'm there, sir.
All right. What is this Exhibit 15?
This is the letter, a to-from letter composed from Detective Captain Gerald Collins. The subject is Trooper Michael Proctor, relief of duty.
And it's, now July 1st was the date of the mistrial in the Reed case, correct?
Yes,
And this relief of duty, called a to-from, right? A memo,
It is,
internal
yes.
memo. And it's from Detective Captain Gerald P. Collins, correct?
yes,
To Leonard Copenrath, the major of the Division of Investigative Services, correct?
yes, sir.
And also to Lieutenant Colonel Brian Connors, who opened the investigation 3 months earlier, correct?
Yes, sir.
Dated July 1st, same day as the mistrial. And it says that on Monday, July 1st, at approximately 19:25 hours, that would be military, 7:25 p.m., correct?
Correct.
I, Detective Captain Gerald P. Collins, relieved Trooper Michael Proctor of duty and advised him that he was on administrative leave with pay pending a duty status hearing. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
So is it fair to say, DLT, that within hours after the mistrial in the Reed case, Mike Proctor gets relieved of duty?
Yes, sir.
And we already went through the fact that this could have happened back in March, correct, under the
Correct.
articles?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you could turn back to Exhibit 14, Appellant's Exhibit 14, APP 0085. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready, sir.
Very good. What is this, sir?
This is, it looks like a press release titled Colonel Mond's Statement Following the Mistrial in Commonwealth versus Karen Reed.
Okay. And so this is from Colonel Mon, correct?
Yes, sir.
And this is dated July 1st, correct?
I don't see a date on it. Unless I'm missing it, I don't see a date.
Well, you testified about this in the trial board, do you recall?
I'm talking about this document, I don't remember the date that it was, though, sir.
All right, well, let's read it, and that will answer the question about the date.
Yes, sir.
The first paragraph, first of all, it's from Colonel Mon, correct?
Correct.
All right. And it's a public statement, a press release.
Yes, sir.
And the first paragraph is referring to the O'Keefe family and the tragedy that they have undergone, correct?
Yes.
And then in the second paragraph, it says, upon learning today's result, does that suggest to you that it's July 1st?
It does.
Upon learning today's result, the department took immediate action to relieve Trooper Michael Proctor of duty and formally transfer him out of the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, State Police Detectives Unit. This follows our previous decision to open an internal affairs investigation after information about serious misconduct emerged in testimony at the trial. This investigation is ongoing. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
And so Colonel Mon is telling the media that he has relieved Michael Proctor of duty after learning of the mistrial, correct?
Correct.
So July 1st, 24 becomes a very important date for Michael Proctor, does it not?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Carlin?
This is cross-exam.
Sir, other question, Mr. Carlin. Mr. Carlin?
Of what possible relevance is Detective Lieutenant Dwyer's speculation about whether or not that was an important day to Michael Proctor? Of what possible relevance to the existing proceedings could there be?
I'm asking to rephrase your question, Mr. Lieutenant.
Michael Proctor was relieved of duty on July 1st, correct?
Correct.
The mistrial and the retrial was July 1st, correct?
Correct.
And so, July 1st, when a trooper gets relieved of duty, becomes a very important date for him, does it not?
Objection.
Again, Mr. Moynihan, it's the same question.
May we approach?
Two minutes.
to Appellant's Exhibit 16, please? It would be APP 0090.
No, sir.
And so, were you aware that after the department relieved Michael Proctor of duty, that the governor was again weighing in publicly on the decision?
Again, not when this article came out, but yes, I became aware of this article.
And so looking at this article, APP 0090, Governor Healy said in the press that the state police, quote, made the right decision, end quote. I'm sorry, made the right decision by relieving Michael Proctor of duty. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And then looking at the article on page APP 0091, Governor Healy, again, this is on July 2nd, the day after the relief of duty, Governor Healy stated publicly, the colonel made the right decision. I fully support the decision by MSP on this. As you know, it's under internal investigation, and that process will have to go forward. This was the right move to remove him. This is a process. We have to wait for that process to go forward. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
Now, is it fair to say, sir, that the state police wanted to move quickly with the disciplinary process of Michael Proctor?
Objection, sorry. What the agency wanted is not an appropriate question to be asking what the agency wanted. What does that even mean?
Can you just rephrase that, Mr. Moran?
Were you told that the Mass State Police wanted to move quickly with this investigation?
I was not.
Were you aware that, strike that, July 1st was a holiday week, correct?
Yes, sir.
And were you aware that the state police wanted to convene the duty status hearing within a day or two after his relief of duty for the holiday?
I wouldn't know that, sir. I'm not involved in that process.
Were you aware that that week Michael Proctor was in California?
I had learned that afterwards,
Were
yes.
you aware that I was away that week as well?
I did not know that.
Are you aware that the duty status hearing was held on July 8th?
I believe that to be the date, yes, sir.
Could you go to Appellant's Exhibit 17? Just APP 0106.
Yes, 17, you said, sir?
17. And is this a notice of the duty status hearing?
Yes, sir, it appears to be.
And what's the date on that?
July 2nd, 2024.
And what's the date for the scheduled duty status hearing on that?
July 8th, 2024.
And are you aware that Michael Proctor had to appear virtually?
I had learned that after, yes.
Now, could you look at Appellant's Exhibit 55? It's APP 0365.
Okay, sir.
What is this, field team?
Appears to be the department's policies and procedures index.
Cover sheet and then an index of all the policies and procedures.
Yes, sir.
And you're familiar with all the Mass State Police policies and procedures, correct?
Yes, sir.
And is it fair to say there's over 800 pages, and with rules and regulations, about 1,000 pages with policies and rules?
So I don't know the number, but that wouldn't surprise me if that was the number.
Now, could you look at Appellant's Exhibit 19, APP 0106?
Yes, sir.
You have that in front of you, right?
I do.
And is that an email from you
It is.
dated Monday, July 1st, 4/22/35, correct?
Exhibit 19.
Yes. APP 0106.
The email I have here is dated June 26th. Oh, I'm sorry, the one at the top is the July 1st, but the forwarded message is July 26th.
Right.
June
Did you see
26th.
that?
Yes,
APP
yes. Yep,
0106.
Yep, yep,
And so that's an email from you, correct?
it is.
To Keith Egan?
To Colonel Shoemaker. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
So,
sorry, yeah,
so
at the
there's,
top,
so there's
very
two
top.
email headers on there. Yes, the top one is to Keith Egan, yes.
Okay, let's go with your method. Down the bottom first, what email is that?
That is June 26, 2024, and that is to Colonel Shoemaker and CC'd to Detective Lieutenant John Goslin.
Okay. And who is Robert Shoemaker?
Robert Shoemaker became the division commander for the Division of Standards and Training.
All right, and so
Sorry,
thinking,
Standards and Training.
thinking back to our chart that we talked about earlier, that he would be one of the 5 lieutenant colonels.
Correct.
And what is the Division of Standards and Training?
In that division, my unit is housed along with the training side of the house, which would be the academy, as well as a number of other units.
Is it fair to say that DST, Division of Standards and Training, is the unit of disciplinary procedures?
So that function falls under that division, but there are many functions
There are
in
other
the
functions,
division.
but
Yes.
one of the functions of DST is OP, correct?
Correct.
And Lieutenant Colonel Shoemaker is a designee of the colonel, correct?
He would, for lack of a better term, yes, yes.
So in lack of a better term, he'd be one of your bosses in OP, correct?
Yes,
And so wouldn't Keith Egan?
yes,
And Keith Egan, what is his title?
major,
And he was a major back in July?
yes,
And so the first email on APP 0106 is from you to Robert Shoemaker, and John Goslin is copied, correct?
correct.
And what's the subject of this?
IAS 24-0014, potential violations.
And you authored some potential violations, correct?
Correct,
For Michael Proctor's case?
yes.
And so you mentioned on APP 0107, what is that?
That is the letter that I drafted that highlighted the possible violations.
And you mentioned possible violations, correct?
Correct.
And you mentioned in paragraph 2 of your the information that Trooper Proctor sent included information about the decedent, as well as information about potential suspects. This could be a potential violation of rules and regulation 5.23, correct?
Correct.
Now, could you look at the Respondent's Exhibit 24? would be R0642643.
Yes, sir.
Do you have that in front of you?
Yes, sir.
And this is what you previously discussed on direct, and that's Article 5 of the Rules and Regulations of the State Police, correct?
Correct.
Now, you mentioned in your June 26th to from that potentially there's violation of 5.2.3, correct?
Correct.
5.23. And 5.23 is dissemination of information, correct?
Correct.
Now, Mike Proctor was never charged with that, was he?
I don't know what the specific charges were. It's not something that I'm involved in.
Okay. And down below in paragraph 3, you mention at the end of 3 about some of the text messages. This could be a potential violation of policy and procedure admin 47, bias-based policing, and admin 18, unlawful harassment/sexual harassment, correct?
Correct.
Do you know if he was ever charged with that?
Again, sir, I'm not sure what charges were because I was not involved in that.
That wasn't your call.
It was not.
And is it fair to say that as of this time, you're confronted with a case of text messages on a personal cell phone, correct?
Correct.
And so, is it fair to say that you were spitballing to try to figure out what the violation might be?
Correct.
And is that because there is no Mass State Police policy concerning personal content on personal cell phones?
No, sir.
No, there isn't a policy.
No, that's not the reason why I
But is
created
it
that
fair
letter.
to say there is not a policy of the state police concerning personal text messages on a personal cell phone?
That is correct.
And so, just going along chronologically, the duty status hearing was held on July 1st, correct?
Yes.
And if we could look at Exhibit 17. Which I believe is the personnel. And and if you could go to APP 0101, look at that.
Okay, sir.
And what is that?
It is personnel order with Trooper Proctor's duty status.
So on that date, Michael Proctor was suspended without pay, correct?
Correct.
And is there any effect to one's health insurance when that happens?
There is.
What's the objection, Mr. Carmen?
Elements?
I'll another question. If you know, you may answer.
I believe there is, yes.
What is that?
I believe that it ceases.
Now, could you turn to Appellant's Exhibit 22, which is APP 0117? You have that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is an email, again, from Timothy McGurk, correct?
Yes.
And he's the media relations person, correct?
Correct.
And this is subject, update on Trooper Proctor's duty status hearing. It's dated, the date of this email is Monday, July 8th, 2024 at 2:03 p.m., correct?
Correct.
And so Mr. McGurk is releasing a press release concerning the duty status hearing the same day it's held, correct?
Yes.
And he says, good afternoon, below is the latest information regarding Trooper Michael Proctor's duty status hearing. Thank you, Tim McGurk. And then he goes on to tell us about the duty status hearing. Midway down the page, he says, as previously announced, the department relieved Trooper Proctor of duty on July 1st, making him ineligible to work. And above that, on background, it reads that today the Mass State Police convened the duty status hearing regarding Trooper Michael Proctor. In any duty status hearing, a board of 3 commissioned officers gather sufficient facts to reach a fair determination about whether the individual should remain on full duty, be placed on restricted duty, be suspended with pay, or be suspended without pay. During the hearing, the department could present evidence or witnesses. The trooper, who has the right to be represented by counsel, can cross-examine the department's witnesses and present evidence or witnesses of their own. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
And then he says, in Trooper Proctor's case, in bold print, the board recommended suspension without pay. Colonel Vaughn accepted the board's recommendation, making it effective immediately, correct?
Correct.
Now, is it fair to say that you met with me immediately after the duty status hearing on July 8th to discuss an interview?
I believe I did.
Is it still your position that you were not told by anyone to hurry this case along?
I was not.
Have you ever met me before after duty status hearing to immediately convene an interview in any other case?
I can't recall if I did, sir.
Is it fair to say that it's highly unusual to want to schedule the interview immediately on the day of the duty status hearing?
It is not a normal practice.
Is it? Now, this was an internal investigation, correct?
Correct.
It was requested, internal meaning Lieutenant Connors requested, correct?
Yes, sir.
External would mean some civilian complained about something.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this was internal. And could you go, please, sir, to Exhibit 53?
For the appellant or the respondent?
I'm sorry, yes, appellant. 0340.
Yes, sir.
All right. And so, looking at APP 0340, what do we have in front of us here?
This is the policy that governs internal department investigations.
Okay, admin 14.
Correct.
And it discusses policy on page 1, correct?
Yes,
And gives us some definitions, correct?
it does.
And then on page 2, which is APP 0341, it discusses the rights of the accused employee, correct?
It does.
In this case, it would be Trooper Proctor, correct?
Yes.
So it reads, an accused employee shall, receive a copy of the complaint, including the name of the complainant, if known, prior to any employee interrogation, correct?
Correct.
Be afforded full constitutional and other legal protections, correct?
Yes.
And be afforded the appropriate protections under the applicable collective bargaining agreements, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so Trooper Proctor, under the admin 14, should have been afforded full constitutional protections, right?
Yes, sir.
And he should have been afforded full protection under the collective bargaining agreement, correct?
Yes, sir.
And could you go to the next, to Exhibit 52, please, which is APP 0336.
Yes, sir.
You there?
Yes, sir.
And what is this, sir?
This is admin 15. It's the policy that oversees the Office of Professional Integrity and Accountability. The policy that oversees the Office of Professional Integrity and Accountability Investigations.
So this is kind of like the Bible for opiate, correct?
It's the policy that governs how it works, yes.
All right, governs your unit.
Correct.
And so it's titled Office of Professional Integrity and Accountability Investigations, correct?
Yes.
And the first part of it reads policy, the Office of Professional Integrity and Accountability, OPIA, in other words, investigates allegations of serious misconduct by employees of the department, or as ordered by the Office of the Superintendent, or the Division of Standards and Training, correct?
Correct.
And so this policy also defines serious misconduct in the middle of the page, correct?
It does.
And serious misconduct is defined as, serious misconduct includes, but is not limited to, acts of, 1, corruption, 2, criminal conduct, 3, use of excessive force, 4, civil rights violations, correct?
Correct.
Was Michael Proctor alleged to have been corrupt? Was he charged with corruption?
He was not.
Was he charged with criminal conduct?
He was not.
Was he charged with excessive force?
He was not.
Was he charged with civil rights violations?
He was not.
And on page 2 of this, which is APP 0337, it tells us about the procedure for opiate cases, correct?
It does.
And step 1, open an opiate case file, correct?
Yes.
2, notify the affected employee in writing. And
Correct.
it gives us a number of things you have to tell them, correct?
Yes.
Number 4, conduct the investigation in a timely manner, correct?
Yes, sir.
Number 5, prepare a report on the investigation for DST. Again, what is DST?
It's the Division of Standards and Training.
Okay. So that would be Lieutenant Colonel Shoemaker at the time,
Correct.
with supporting facts for each allegation and a classification of the complaint, correct?
Yes.
And then it tells us that you have 4 options: unfounded, exonerated, not sustained, or sustained, correct?
Correct.
And it tells us in paragraph 6, in accordance with Mass General Laws, Chapter 6E, Section 8, Part B, DST shall act as the designee of the colonel, correct?
Correct.
So in other words, Lieutenant Colonel Shoemaker, pursuant to this policy and General Law 6E, shall act as the designee of Colonel Mott, correct?
When it comes to matters of personal investigations, yes.
Correct. Now, when you conduct an investigation, do you normally conduct interviews of witnesses first or the subject first?
If there are witnesses to interview, they will go first.
And then after if there are witnesses to interview, you interview the subject after the witnesses during the course of your investigation, correct?
Typically, yes.
And do you recall, and the answer may be no, but do you recall in this case asking myself or Michael to be interviewed on the date of the duty status hearing?
I don't believe I did, sir.
Okay. Prior to that date, I mean?
Can you ask that?
Prior to July 1st.
No,
I'm sorry, prior to July 8th.
Prior to, can
You
you ask the
recall?
question again?
I'm sorry. July 8th was the duty status hearing, correct? We agree with that?
Correct, yes.
Do you recall speaking to me before that date about having him be interviewed on that date?
I don't recall, but it's entirely possible that I did.
But again, nobody instructed you to hurry this investigation along.
Correct.
Madam Commissioner, could I request that we maybe stop at this point? I'm sort of at a juncture here with respect to exhibits and such.
Yes, I mean, the time is now 4:19, so I think that's a good place to